Today we'll be learning about human trafficking in Thailand. Human trafficking is an issue that is occurring all around the world, targeting children, men and women. The United States Department of Homeland Security refers human trafficking as a modern-day slavery and involves the use of force, fraud or coercion to obtain some type of labour or commercial sex act. The different types of form include servitude, slavery, forced labour, debt bondage, forced marriage or organ harvesting. The graph shows an estimation of 12.3 million forced labourers in 2013. Majority of the trafficking victims from Thailand typically work in fishing, seafood processing or low-end garment production and domestic work. In 2016, an estimation of 0.63% of people were living in modern slavery. The Thai government have been handling this issue in a number of ways. They include operating shelters and providing rehabilitative support. They also established a new court that was exclusively devoted to human trafficking issues. The government is also trying to find ways to combat the commercial sexual exploitation of children, particularly the abuse for pornography. If anyone is found guilty of committing any trafficking offence, these penalties will be applied, shown from the table. On the 28th of July 2017, Equality Now launched a campaign calling on the United Nations General Assembly to ensure sex trafficking was addressed as its own distinct form of human trafficking and is a root of the global plan of action to combat trafficking in persons. The purpose of GPOA was to fight against human trafficking into the UN's broader programs on global development. Social sustainability is the ability of a community to develop processes and structures which not only meet the needs of its current members, but also support the ability of future generations to maintain a healthy community. Human trafficking is one of the ways that will decrease a healthy community, as lives are being destroyed and people are forced into completing different purposes without their consent. If human trafficking does not stop, the social sustainability will be affected, as countries cannot uphold a healthy society. Human trafficking can lead to a number of implications. Physical health implications include injuries, communicable diseases and occupational injuries. Exposures to HIV, STIs and tuberculosis are commonly associated with human trafficking. Equality should be upheld for every single human being, regardless of their status, race or gender. There are still millions of people and children every day being terrified and afraid to live their lives. Instead of being able to live a standard life and receive a good quality education, they are pushed into undertaking exploitive purposes. The chances of the population living in Australia having to face this violation is very limited. This is because of our strong migration controls, geographic isolation and high degree of regulation and compliance and enforcement. My question for you is, if majority of us in Australia can live a peaceful life, why can't the rest of the world? If we don't act now, when will we?
Created using Powtoon.